Hey Student Success, welcome to your second 8-week course. So the first thing I want to do is, if you have not already, I guess really the first thing is if you're watching this from a link, but you have not taken the Succeeding Online Orientation course, please make sure you do that first, because that's how you're going to gain access to our class to begin with. If you've already taken that and you're inside our course, I'm going to encourage you to go ahead and take a look at our welcome video. So the welcome video really does walk you through kind of the navigation and making sure that you are understanding how to navigate the whole course, and then a little bit of like the weekly assignments. So that will fill you in a little bit more. This video is specifically for week 1 assignments. So when you log into our course, the Start Here section is going to be probably used for the first couple of weeks, and then you won't use it nearly as often. So this is going to have that welcome information, it's going to have my welcome, it's going to have copies of the syllabi, and then some just general resources. There's a link to our textbook, which is also embedded in our individual chapters. Alright, so as a reminder, you also have a link to the course calendar, which is going to show you when everything is due on a weekly basis. You also have the announcements, which is where I will tell you what's going on in a written format every week. And anything I put as an announcement, I also put as a course message. So in the lessons area, here is another link to your textbook access. Here is that muddy point I talked about in the welcome video that is there all semester long if you have a question that anyone can answer. The student lounge, which is just an informal place you can interact with your classmates. Now, before we get into the week 1, you have to take this required syllabus quiz. You have to take this quiz and get a 100%, because you will not see week 1 until you take this quiz and get 100%. So if you take it and get an 80, you're still not going to see week 1. So please make sure you take this quiz, get 100%. Then you will see the week 1 folder be kind of colored in like this one. You have a workshop assignment this session, so just make sure you take a look at this video. This will walk you through how to and what that's all about. I will remind you every other week or so as well to make sure that you are minding the fact that you have a workshop video. Alright, right here in your week 1 video folder, we have 2 chapters. This is an 8-week session, so it is going to move very quickly. You're going to have a lot of information every week. So this first week we are covering chapters 1 and 2. So you can see there are lecture videos for both of those chapters, and then ultimately this video will go right there underneath it. So let's go ahead and jump in. Week 1, all the weeks are set up very similarly. You're going to have a quick overview, the information you're going to read and review, and then the breakdown of the assignments. So you have a lot going on right away, week 1. You have 2 discussion forums, which means you have to post original responses twice by Wednesday for week 1 attendance. So to earn week 1 points, you have to post in both forums by Wednesday. Then you have to respond to 2 classmates and complete these other assignments by Sunday. So 2 students in every forum, so 4 responses total. So in the materials folder, this is going to be all just kind of what it sounds like, the materials you're going to need for the week. So links to the textbook, they'll take you right into the chapter. Slide information for each chapter, and just other general resources are right in there. So let's go ahead and click in the assignment folder. So as I said, you have 2 discussion forums this week. Here's the first one. Here is the prompt right here, and when you click in here, it's going to repopulate the prompt so you can see it again. But here is the general prompt. There are 2 parts. Part 1, introduce yourself and discuss your major or certifications so you can get to know your classmates. So that's real quick. Just your name or your preferred name, nickname, whatever it might be, and what are you going here for. Part 2, select 4 of the 9 topics below. So you can see these all relate to chapter 1. There are 9 of them. You are choosing 4. So let's say you want to do attitude, transitioning to college, learning style, and lecture class 4. It doesn't matter. Whatever 4 you want to do, you have to complete the 2 statements next to it. So my most negative attitude toward college is, here's what I'll do to be more positive. So it's almost like a fill-in-the-blank type thing, but it's personalized to you. Choose 4 of the 9. When you go to post, you click on the name of the forum. You'll see like, hey, there's nothing there because you have to go to create thread, and it's going to repopulate the prompt so you can see it again. Then when you're ready, like there's a little, hey, here's how you do this. When you're ready, you'll go down to the subject and you can put like chapter 1 discussion, and then respond to the prompt right here. Okay? So if you need to like copy and paste, you could do that and then like start filling in those areas, whatever is going to work for you. Okay, whenever you're done, you'll hit submit. And then you'll see your post and any of your classmates show up right there. As a reminder, when you go to respond to a classmate, you click on the name of their thread and just click reply. And that's when you go in. And a response is something meaningful. So a sentence or two, and you're going through and you're either asking a question or you're building off of what they've said. It's not just like, I agree or I disagree, okay? So that's the first discussion. Make sure you post your original response by Wednesday. Chapter 2 discussion, you are also posting by Wednesday. You need to post in both of these by Wednesday for week 1 attendance points. Now let's say it's Friday and all of a sudden you realize, I never posted. You can still post because you can still get credit for the assignment part of it, and you can get marked some points for attendance. You can get like half attendance. So you're kind of graded twice on the discussion forums. You're graded on the attendance point, and then you're graded on actually doing the assignment. So even if you're late, please make sure you post still. All right, chapter 2 discussion, very similar. You have these 6 topics, you're choosing 4 of them, and these all relate to chapter 2 somehow. So again, maybe you choose the first 4, or the last 4, or the middle 4, it doesn't matter. Whatever 4 you choose, make sure you respond to both sets of statements in every one. Okay, so you're really going through and kind of filling in 8 responses, because there's 2 in every one. Alright, so same thing, you click, you hit create thread, and you respond. And there's, again, more little examples underneath here to walk you through that. Alright, so those are your first 2 assignments, your discussion forums. Post your original response, your response to the 4 prompts by Wednesday, and then respond to 2 classmates inside each forum, so 4 responses total, by Sunday. Alright, then if you keep scrolling down, you have these 2 assignments right here, which every single student who takes this class has to complete. These are automatically graded assignments, which means that Blackboard does the grading for me. So when you go and you click inside here, it's going to open up into this other window. Sometimes you might have to launch it. And it's going to walk you through.
This presentation is designed to...
So it'll start talking to you, and you're going to go through, and it's going to ask you a series of questions based on the topic. Now, for this one in particular, Title IX, you could go into the Week 1 Materials folder, and there is a Title IX PDF slides, and you could have those up and going if you think that would be helpful to help you answer the questions. Okay, so that is the Title IX assignment. Whenever you're done, make sure you let the very last slide run to the end, and then that Blackboard has graded it, and I'll show you there in a moment where that is. The second assignment that is automatically graded is the College Resources Digital Scavenger Hunt. So you'll click on that. It's going to be another one of these that opens up, and it's going to ask you a series of
Stark
questions
State College offers
that's going to walk you through
these resources. Let's do it.
On campus. So I'm kind of pausing, but you can
Use the web
as you go along. So I will say in here, the actual testing center is C107. It used to be in M202. So go ahead and answer M202, even though it's in C107. For whatever reason, an old version keeps popping up in here. So I wanted to make sure that you were aware of that. And if by some chance anyone misses that, I will go back in and add that point. But I've tried to repopulate the newest version, and it keeps kicking back to this. So I wanted to make sure I let you know about that. Okay, so it's going to tell you that it's right, even though the real testing center is C107. For the purposes of this assignment, click M202. All right, and then it'll go on.
If your computer
questions. All right, when you're done with those 2 assignments, I would recommend going up to My Grades and just making sure that over here for those assignments that a score has been calculated. Sometimes there might be a few minute lag, so wait like 10 minutes or so and go back. If there's a little blue circle that says in progress, that means you did not complete it all the way or something happened. Okay, the last thing here, it says create a Handshake account. That is going to reference back to your workshop that you have to attend because it's going to be through Handshake. So it'll walk you through down here how to register for Handshake, okay? So it's recommended that you do it now because you have to use Handshake for your workshop assignment later in this semester. And again, that workshop assignment, there's a video specifically designated for the workshop right here. So that's just a few minutes. I recommend you taking a look at that. All right, so as a recap, please make sure you spend some time in chapters 1 and 2, whether it's in the actual text, my video, the PowerPoints, whatever that means for you. Post your original response in the chapter 1 and 2 discussion forums by Wednesday. Respond to 2 classmates in each forum by Sunday. Complete the Title IX and the College Resources Digital Scavenger Hunt by Sunday as well, and register for Handshake. Remember, before you can get to any of that, you have to take this required syllabus quiz. Right, if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out. I will respond to emails and everything very quickly this week in particular, since a lot of you are just navigating or new to the